Welcome to another episode of Litodio, where we bring you books in minutes, insights for life. Today, we're diving into Multipliers by Liz Wiseman, a powerful book that will change the way you think about leadership. Whether you're a team leader, an aspiring manager, or someone looking to unlock your full potential at work, Multipliers offers insights that are more relevant than ever. In a world that thrives on collaboration, innovation, and adaptability, the ability to amplify the intelligence and talents of those around you is a game changer. In this episode, we'll explore how being a multiplier can not only transform your approach to leadership but also create a culture of growth, creativity, and empowerment wherever you work or lead. The idea behind this book is simple yet profound. Great leaders don't hoard knowledge. They create an environment where everyone can thrive. Imagine being able to bring out the best in those around you, inspire innovation, and drive real, lasting change in your team or organization. That's what Multipliers is all about. Here's what you can expect from today's episode. Introduction to the book. We'll kick things off with a brief overview of Multipliers and why it's such a crucial read for today's leaders. Chapter breakdown. Then, we'll dive into the book chapter by chapter, walking through the core concepts and stories that illustrate the power of multipliers versus diminishers. Key takeaways. Finally, we'll wrap up with the most important takeaways that you can apply to your own life, whether you're leading a team, managing a project, or just looking to grow personally. By the end of this episode, you'll have a fresh perspective on leadership and some practical strategies to start multiplying the talents of those around you. So, let's get started and see how multipliers can make a lasting impact on your life and work. Multipliers, How the Best Leaders Make Everyone Smarter by Liz Wiseman explores the idea that some leaders amplify the intelligence and capabilities of those around them, while others inadvertently diminish them. The book introduces two key leadership archetypes, multipliers and diminishers. Multipliers empower their teams, fostering a culture of growth, innovation, and collaboration. In contrast, diminishers stifle creativity and productivity by micromanaging or controlling decision-making. Wiseman's purpose is to challenge traditional leadership models by highlighting how great leaders unlock the full potential of their employees. Through real-world examples and research, she shows that the most effective leaders are those who create an environment where everyone's skills are valued and enhanced. Written for both aspiring and experienced leaders, Multipliers has had a significant impact on leadership thinking, encouraging organizations to shift from command and control management styles to more empowering, inclusive approaches. This book provides practical insights into becoming a leader who brings out the best in others, making it a must-read for anyone interested in fostering exceptional teams and achieving lasting success. Chapter 1. The Multiplier Effect. Okay. So in this chapter, Wiseman kicks things off by introducing the two types of leaders, multipliers and diminishers. Multipliers are the kind of leaders who make everyone around them smarter, more capable, and more energized. Diminishers, on the other hand, drain energy and intelligence from their teams by micromanaging, hoarding decision-making, and creating a culture of fear. Wiseman emphasizes that you don't need to be a genius yourself to be a great leader. You just need to create an environment where your team can shine. She shares an example of a leader who empowered her team, letting them come up with creative solutions instead of giving them all the answers. The key takeaway here is that great leaders make their teams feel smarter and capable, rather than diminishing them by doing the thinking for them. Chapter 2. The Talent Magnet. Now, this chapter is all about how multipliers attract and cultivate talent. Wiseman uses the example of leaders who actively seek out people who are smarter than themselves and encourage them to take on challenges. These leaders have a knack for finding talent and giving them the space to thrive. The story of a CEO who was known for turning the spotlight on his employees, making them feel valuable and pushing them to go above and beyond, really stood out. The key lesson here is that multipliers don't fear talent. They actively seek it out and help it grow. They understand that their job is to make their team shine, not just themselves. If you want to be a great leader, think about how you can attract and develop talent, giving your people opportunities to demonstrate their skills. Chapter 3. The Genius Maker. This chapter dives into how multipliers make their teams feel like geniuses by giving them challenging problems to solve. Instead of solving problems themselves, multipliers let their teams figure things out, offering guidance and support when needed. A great story here is about a leader who gave his team ownership of a difficult project, trusting them to find a solution. The result? The team felt empowered and came up with innovative ideas that exceeded expectations. The big takeaway is that by giving your team the responsibility and ownership of projects, you're essentially telling them that you believe in their genius. Multipliers trust their people to solve problems, which helps build confidence and fosters innovation. Chapter 4. The Debate Maker. Wiseman talks about how great leaders foster debate and encourage others to challenge their ideas. Instead of being the sole decision-maker, a multiplier invites diverse viewpoints and creates a culture of constructive debate. One example is a leader who regularly hosted debates within the team, ensuring that everyone's voice was heard before making any major decisions. This wasn't about winning a debate but about finding the best ideas through collective thinking. The takeaway here is that fostering open debates leads to better decisions and encourages creativity. A leader who listens to all perspectives can make smarter choices and avoid the trap of relying solely on their own judgment. Chapter 5. The Challenger. Multipliers don't just accept things as they are, they challenge their teams to reach beyond what they think is possible. This chapter shares the story of a leader who constantly pushed his team to take on projects that seemed impossible, but with his encouragement, they exceeded their own expectations. He made his team believe in their potential, and in turn, they were willing to take on bigger challenges. The key lesson here is that leaders should help their teams stretch their abilities and take on new, sometimes daunting challenges. By doing so, you help them realize just how capable they are, which leads to growth and development. Chapter 6. The Inviter. Here, Wiseman talks about how great leaders create environments where people are invited to contribute their ideas, knowledge, and expertise. Multipliers do this by asking questions, offering opportunities, and encouraging participation from everyone. One powerful example is a leader who regularly asked her team for input on important decisions, showing that she valued their opinions. The lesson is simple: as a leader, you should create a space where everyone feels invited to contribute. It's about inclusivity and making sure that all voices are heard, regardless of their role or level of experience. Chapter 7. The Rescuer. Wiseman introduces the concept of the rescuer, a leader who tends to swoop in and fix problems for their team. While this might seem helpful, it often leads to teams feeling disempowered. In this chapter, she shares the story of a leader who shifted from solving problems for his team to coaching them through challenges. By letting his team find solutions themselves, they developed new skills and confidence. The big takeaway is that you should avoid being the rescuer in your team. Instead of fixing problems, guide your team to figure things out on their own. This way, they'll learn, grow, and be better equipped to handle challenges in the future. Chapter 8. The Impact. In the final chapter, Wiseman emphasizes how multipliers leave a lasting impact by creating a ripple effect of growth and innovation. She shares stories of leaders whose teams thrived under their leadership and how the culture they built continued to influence others long after they were gone. The impact of being a multiplier isn't just seen in immediate results, but in the long-term success of the people and teams they mentor. The lesson here is that true leadership is about the legacy you leave behind. If you make people around you smarter, more capable, and more confident, that impact will last far beyond your time as their leader. So, in summary, Multipliers is all about being the kind of leader who makes others smarter and more capable. Each chapter provides practical examples and strategies for how to adopt this approach, helping you foster a culture of growth, trust, and collaboration. The big idea is that great leaders empower their teams to be their best selves, and in doing so, everyone wins. Here's a rundown of the key takeaways from Multipliers. 1. Great leaders make others smarter. Multipliers don't think they need to be the smartest person in the room. Instead, they focus on making everyone around them smarter and more capable. For example, a manager might give their team a tough challenge but trust them to come up with the solution. This kind of leadership creates an environment where people feel empowered and motivated to do their best work. Takeaway: If you want to be a great leader, focus on helping others shine, not just showing off your own expertise. 2. Attract and develop talent. Multipliers actively seek out people who are smarter and more skilled than themselves, then help them grow. It's like when a manager hires someone who's a natural problem solver and then gives them the space to run with projects. Instead of being threatened, the leader celebrates the new person's talent and supports their success. Takeaway: don't fear people who are better than you, invite them in, and help them succeed. This will elevate the entire team. 3. Give ownership and responsibility. Multipliers give their teams ownership over projects, letting them tackle problems head-on. Imagine a boss who says, "I trust you to figure out how to improve our process. Let me know what resources you need." This approach lets team members feel invested in the work and builds their confidence. Takeaway: trust your team to take ownership. When people feel responsible for something, they'll pour their energy and creativity into it. 4. Create a culture of debate. Rather than having all the answers, multipliers create space for debate and open discussion. It's like in a meeting where everyone is encouraged to share ideas and challenge assumptions. One of the best decisions comes out of a mix of perspectives. Takeaway: encourage healthy debates. The best ideas come from multiple viewpoints, not just one person's vision. 5. Challenge your team to stretch. Multipliers challenge their teams to step outside their comfort zones. Picture a coach telling their players to aim higher and push harder, not just stick with what they know. When a leader believes in their team's potential and encourages them to take on ambitious goals, the team rises to the challenge. Takeaway: be a coach, not a comforter. Challenge your team to reach beyond their limits, and they'll surprise you with what they can accomplish. 6. Make everyone feel included. Multipliers actively invite their teams to contribute ideas, regardless of hierarchy. Think of a leader who asks for input from everyone in a meeting, even the junior members. This approach fosters a sense of belonging and value. Takeaway: make sure everyone feels like their voice matters. It's not just about getting things done, it's about creating an inclusive culture where everyone can contribute. 7. Stop being the rescuer. Diminishers tend to swoop in and solve problems for their teams. Multipliers, on the other hand, resist this temptation. They might help guide a team member, but they won't take over the problem solving. For example, if someone is struggling with a project, a multiplier might say, "What do you think is the best way to solve this?" and help them work through it, rather than just solving it themselves. Takeaway: resist the urge to be the rescuer. Instead of doing the work for them, coach your team through challenges so they grow from the experience. 8. Lead for the long-term impact. Multipliers create lasting success, not just immediate results. They build teams that continue to thrive even after they're no longer in charge. Imagine a boss who mentors their team members so well that when they leave the company, their team doesn't just survive, they flourish. Takeaway: aim to leave a lasting impact by empowering others to lead in your place. Real leadership is about the legacy you create. In conclusion, the biggest takeaway from multipliers is that leadership isn't about being the smartest or most powerful person in the room. It's about empowering others to think, grow, and succeed. Multipliers create a culture where everyone gets to shine, and that leads to better results, stronger teams, and more engaged people. So, whether you're leading a project, a team, or even just a small group, think about how you can multiply the intelligence and potential of the people around you. Thanks for listening to this episode of Litodio. We hope you enjoyed exploring today's book with us. If you're craving more insightful summaries and want to stay inspired, be sure to hit the follow button and subscribe wherever you're listening. We release fresh episodes regularly, so join us next time as we explore another impactful read. We'll link to the book in the description. Until next time, keep listening, learning, and growing with Litodio.